Good morning and hello again. So, I talked to you in my last video about, using all the chicken parts. And the one thing people rely on a lot and kind of neglect when they're, preparing their pantry for a long-term situation is your pets. Now, the reason I made my own food years ago, but did stop for a while. And when I adopted our puppy, she was allergic to even the high-end food. So I was paying at one point absurdly $50 a bag for a large breed dog food that honestly was giving her hives, her face was swelling, and I finally had enough after about a month of doing this. I'm like, I can do this on my own after I read an article online about it. Now, I love Facebook for that. Everybody shares information, and that's how you learn, by sharing. So I tried the recipes. I found the stuff that she could eat and couldn't eat. Now, mind you, I do have 3 dogs. I have a Chiweenier, I have a Border Collie, and I have a Mastiff. They're all my girls, and I care a lot about them. I also have several cats that I have had forever, and I want to make sure that they eat the best they can, and I have changed foods, and invested quite a bit, and I finally started trying these recipes. Now, the basic dog food recipe, and that's what we're talking about right now, is a protein, 2 vegetables, a starch, and then a grain like barley, or I like to use rice. Honestly, my girls really love the rice, and it's easy on their system. Sometimes the barley makes the Mastiff a little bit vomity. But my dogs eat 3 times a day. Like I said, she's a puppy and she's growing, and I'll do a video of her one of these days so you get to meet Miss Freya. So I start with the base in a quart-sized mason jar. Now, this is for canning, but you can just do this and put this in your refrigerator and cook it up when you're ready. So I do between a quarter and a half full with chicken scraps that I have saved from canning my own chicken. Then I really like to use, they love zucchini. It's nice and sweet. They definitely enjoy it. And at the top here, what you're seeing is white sweet potatoes. You can use regular old orange sweet potatoes. My dogs love these silly things. And actually Freya constantly steals them if she can to snack on. She takes them out and buries them in the yard if I don't catch her. But these are white, but they are indeed a sweet potato. She likes the orange just as well as the white. But this is a great treat for dogs. I cut off little chips and give it to them while I'm cooking. They love dog food making day. I used to make this in a 5-gallon bucket, but now that we're down to 1 refrigerator, I have to be cautious of my size, and that's just not feasible. So I've been preparing the mix ahead of time. So what I'll do is I'll pressure can this for 11 pounds of pressure for 90 minutes. It gets a little weird, discolored, but you know what, their dogs, they're not going to say, ooh, that's not crisply colored. They're just going to eat it. What I don't add in there, because I don't particularly can this, I don't can green beans in general because it takes a lot of time. I might do a couple of them, but I haven't done a lot of them. And the same with peas. It's really got to be worth my time to can a vegetable. It has to be a recipe that my family's going to enjoy, and that's not going to sit there for several years on end. So what I do is in January and July, ShopRite does a sale called Can Can. Now, I am a big ShopRite advocate, but there are other stores I shop at. But I can basically buy these under 50 cents a can. Now, for the time and the money I'm going to put out, if I was going to can these on my own, right now in the situation I am in, it's not worth it for me. However, I buy these. We do eat them on occasion. Actually, we don't like to reheat the green beans. And not to get off topic, but we just simply buy some raspberry vinaigrette and make the green beans cold in the refrigerator, put some almonds on it, mix it up. It's delicious. But dogs love green beans too. So when I can this, what I will do is in the morning that I get up, this is about a day's worth of proteins and food currently for a 60-pound Mastiff, a 40-pound Border Collie, and 7 pounds of Chiweenier for 3 meals. It doesn't look like a lot, but once you add the rice, I throw the rice in the cooker, or the barley. You can cook your barley in a cooker. I'll get a big metal bowl. If I've cooked this, I'll just add it right to this. I'll open up a can of green beans. or a can of peas, one or the other. I don't want to overdo it on the fibers, the grain, because I already have zucchini in there. I mix it all together, and I make sure I have enough for the day. It may seem like a little bit of trouble. You can double up the recipe and do 2 at one time. The other thing I do add in here, I do add a little bit of salt for preserving, and also my own homemade stock from when I was, you can see it in this one here, from when I was preparing the chicken. This is so easy, so cheap, and so much better for your pets. Again, the basic dog food recipe. And you'll want to do your research, and if your dog has allergies, you need to be aware of this. It might actually be a better diet, is 1 protein. You don't want to feed them rich meats like breakfast sausage or whatnot, but you could easily use, depending on what's on sale, turkey, beef, whatever you have, what's on sale. I mean, I don't go out and say, ooh, I really want steak this week and I'm going to pay for it unless it's on sale. That's the way I shop. That's the way I save money. This is the zucchini I use. I get my vegetables from a local farmer during the regular season, and then I'll drive out to Produce Junction during the off season if I don't have enough. But you cube everything. You do want to cube everything. But pressure canning allows the potato to cook nicely through, and it's not real solid. Now, if you're using the orange potatoes, here's a warning. Don't be surprised when your dogs are pooping orange. It happens. So again, one protein, 2 vegetables. You can use the white potatoes, but I find, honestly, the sweet potatoes are better for them. They get a, they just do so much better with them. And then some type of grain. Now, you can add herbs that are safe for dogs. Please do your research. But I do know oregano goes over well. Please do not try to feed them garlic and onions. Yes, it's supposed to be wonderful for their coats with the garlic, but it does, in fact, give them an allergy, a stomach irritant. It's not something that they're accustomed to. So, and then you want to choose when you mix it up 1 can of vegetables, or if you want to add it right in. If you're going to pressure can, please don't try to open this and add it to your fresh vegetables. This has already been treated, so it's something you want to avoid. And I'm going to say good luck, guys, with that. Let me know your own recipes. Do some research, find out what's safe and what's not safe. I'm not going to sit here and say I have a medical degree. I am not a veterinarian. I cannot advise on you what specifically your pet should use, but I definitely recommend trying it. And let me know how it goes. I look forward to seeing your recipes.